Hey y'all, it's Sheila. So I'm back again. Have part 4 today. Continuing on with the phases of, it's the pre-introductory second phase that we have moved into now. So I am with Mandy and G at See Commonly Things and Guillermo de la Parra 303. And I claim that Jesus came in the flesh, bled and died on the cross, and rose on the third day. He covered all sins on the cross, past, present, and future. Okay? So this is for 4/30/2026. God's physical calendar is 13/11. And God's spiritual calendar 6/11. And God's true Gregorian is 11/15. So Jesus is now explaining some instructions. So he's got an instruction manual to know who is truly guided by me, Yeshua HaMashiach, or who is false, led by the false father. All right. So again, take all of this to Jesus. Take it to him humbly, y'all. He's not gonna answer you if you're just doing this out of spite and to say, well, they're not hearing this, they're false, blah 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 blah. So anyway. All right, remember 1 John 4:1-4. Test the spirit that you're hearing from. Does he confess that he came in the flesh, bled, and died on the cross and rose on the third day? Because you know the enemy isn't, and the mockery Holy Spirit is tickling a lot of ears right now, and it's pretty evident with just what we see online, different things like that. So you can use wisdom, discernment. Ask Jesus to pour that spirit, wisdom, discernment as well. All right. So there's nothing demonic that we do. Just FYI. All right. Okay. So here's the main thing to see. Instruction manual number 1. If they are not in their glorious body, when it is time for my 12 to show their glorious bodies, that means I have not sent them. At this point, if you are continuing to watch these people after knowing this warning, I will allow those negative frequencies to block what I am teaching you now. You see, children, I do not do anything to harm you. I do everything to help you. But there's always going to be a correction with my love behind everything to teach you what to do and what not to do. Now, here is what to look for before the glorious bodies are here. Here is what you should be looking out for to decipher who is truly speaking my words or the false father's words. Instruction manual number 2. Can't even talk. Okay. Do they know my gospel, my true good news, or are they condemning other believers as sinners even though I have finished all sins on the cross? Number 3 of the instruction manual, are they flashy? Meaning, are they inserting their own take through man's teachings instead of humbly coming to me for answers, saying, we have to stay for my wrath, there's no rapture, under the law teachings, or preaching darkness is for my elect, and claiming to be a prophet, etc. Last but not least, number 4, have they advertised in any way, cashed out, asking for handouts, gifts, etc. to further their ministry, while receiving prophetic messages, dreams, or visions through the online forums? And I'm going to stop right there because there's some people that assume that that's what we're doing. Nobody in this group monetizes, okay? None of us. So just make that very clear. Okay. Now, as you can see, this is eliminating most of the people that you are listening to if they are claiming to be a prophet or a messenger from the Lord. If they are just watchmen or trying to further my kingdom by sharing my gospel and my good news, I am not referring to those people. However, there are exceptions. There are some people who I am currently using who has cashed out. I am not allowing the devil to take over yet. It will be on my perfect timing when I make the switch. That is because I am giving mysteries through these people to take down the elite, to show what the enemy is doing and what the enemy is planning. So I am allowing these people to build a huge following, even though they are cashing out. I am not ready to flip the tables on them yet and allow the false father to come in just yet. But on my perfect timing, I will, because according to the heavenly contracts, the false father can come in to deceive my people if they have cashed out on the social media forums, claiming to be a prophet or a messenger sent from God. This was all set up from the very beginning, and I am going to flip the switch with them when I am ready to prove to you the rebellion colony and my first heaven. This is a mystery that I am bringing to the table now, and you may not understand every single thing that I am referring to now because you don't have all of the mysteries of how everything got started in heaven and how the heavens got corrupted. But what you need to know is the very first heaven never got corrupted. It stayed pure, and this is why I made a second heaven to create the battle lines, to set up the rebellion colony, to keep my first heaven pure, and I call that rebellion colony my hidden heaven. So you see, my children, you are all from the same place. You just do not have your memories back yet. But some of you were part of the rebellion colony at first, but because your Father knows the beginning from the end, I set it up to where each of my creations were also created pure in my first heaven. So even if you are a part of the rebellion colony, which most of you are, you still have your pure version in the first heaven. This is how my creations have created so many different forms: the doppelganger, the duplicate spirits of the same suits, different characters of primary suits, and different suits matching same personality traits with your spirits in them. The good, the bad, and even the ugly, based on certain things that I was accomplishing through my creations in heaven. There's a reason I say ugly. It has nothing to do with appearance because all of my creations are beautiful in their own way. It has something to do with something else entirely, and you will know why I refer to it as ugly.
Martha, did you set up the lighting yet?
No, I forgot. Anyway, what I refer to as ugly on the perfect timing. You see, children, there are so many mysteries, and you have no idea where any of this comes from. But I am trying to lead you in a way that you can understand, because all of your eyes will be opened here soon when I am ready to pull my switch and bring the veil down to show you what is truly on the good side and the dark side. Now, some of the exception prophets that I have used, many of you are following them, and rightfully so. Let's see. Because I have sent them for the time being, but you are going to see a big shift in them when it is time for me to expose them. As I switch their spirits out to the rebellion colony, I chose these exceptions knowing the beginning from the end, and that they were going to cash out on my words without asking me for my permission to be a part of this world through financial gain, while using me in my prophetic insights to lead my people truly into my truth without understanding every single thing that I am bringing to the table now. If you follow all of these directions, guidelines, and you start to recognize who my character truly is, you will not be misled by these people claiming to be prophets of some sort through my prophecy, dreams, or visions. So now that I have instructed you, the most important thing to remember, all of the prophets that I have sent always claim that I, Yeshua HaMashiach, or Jesus Christ, is their Messiah. I am always identifying myself through my messages, and I always show you my love and my grace, whether or not I am playing both roles, the true father and playing the role of the false father, for training purposes, to get you all battle ready. You see, children, everything I do is for your benefit, to wake you up to my truths. It is up to you to follow them or not. I have given you a set of guidelines to follow, but the choice is always yours. I know what the Bible says. If a prophet gets something wrong, it automatically disqualifies you as a prophet. But how can you decipher that true meaning of what is right and wrong when you do not have my full plan? You see, children, I told you I am using the time clock so many different ways and changing events, making certain dates come again. So you see, that rule right now is kind of null and void because there's so many future prophecies still to come based on the time clocks that I will be using with certain events. So in that case, that is when you need to humble yourself and truly come to my feet and ask me for my truth and ask me if I, Yeshua HaMashiach, is using this prophet. You see, children, the devil is out to deceive you, and he is deceiving many of you now because you are listening to the wrong people collecting all of these negative frequencies. There are a handful of people now claiming that I have sent them, and I have not. So now that you have these instructions, use me for your guidance for any other questions that you may seek. This is Yeshua HaMashiach speaking. I came in the flesh, depending on what translation you use. I bled and died on the cross, and I rose on the third day. I am the one giving Mandy my outline of instructions for my end-time plans because she is my scribe. I chose her before creations were even made. I am giving these revelations to her to try and show you how I am conducting everything through heaven. It does not make her more special than you. I have no favorites. I choose people according to my will and for my glory to wake all of my children up. There is no need for comparison because I am behind it all, and when I finally open up your eyes to my truth, you will see why I have chosen her and all of you on my perfect timing to show you my kingdom mysteries, giving you my final outline through her and her Adam to show you who my true prophets are and who are the false prophets working for the devil. All right, y'all. He's got lots more to say, so it's pretty cool. As always, like I just said earlier, take this to Jesus and, ask him to show you things. Be humble about it. So we're not, we're not here to confuse anybody, as some people believe that we are. So Jesus isn't a God of confusion. All right, I will see y'all later. So bye.